أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Once again, welcome back on a Wednesday evening to our 13 Rivers Community Show. Inshallah, like we have promised, we will come back every Wednesdays to come and bring you topical discussions. And that last 2 weeks, we've had very important discussion that you all love, you all enjoy, and you all love talking about, and you always call us and you always message us about. Obviously, we can't do too many of those kind of shows because there's so much you can do with that topic of jinns. Anyway, yeah, inshallah, I am aware that you probably are an expert now, with Brother Sheikh Ubaid giving you a full backload on how to deal. And if you've got any issues or any problems, all those informations are there. So if you want to watch our repeats, please go back and you can watch our repeats. And to all our brothers and sisters out there, community who are watching us now, especially on Facebook, Jazakallah for actually taking your time out. What we need from yourself is please share our link so that more people get to watch us and discuss and also contribute. Today we will be talking about a very important issue, which is helping and supporting those people who come from the same region of our parents. Our parents have come from Bangladesh. Some of us are actually born in Bangladesh. Majority of us are probably not, so we may not have that much of a touch with Bangladesh, but myself, I've been going to Bangladesh more frequently. There is a great attachment and love for Bangladesh as well, and more importantly, the region Sylhet, where our parents were born as well. So such a beautiful area, such a beautiful place to go and see and visit as well. And so we've got a group of brothers. One of our projects within one of our programs within our 13 Rivers Trust is Sylhet Aid. Today we'll be discussing about Sylhet Aid, what the volunteers do, what kind of activities they do, how they help people in that area, what are the future plans they have, inshallah. So some of those areas we will talk and discuss. But more importantly, I just want to say I hope you are safe, especially with this COVID crisis that we're all undertaking. I know we've probably gone into tier 3 restriction. I'd just like to wish everyone stay safe. I know a lot of our works, many of us are actually working from home. It's a big challenge. A lot of us are online. So firsthand, please take our apologies, because obviously we are not best of people when it comes to IT technology and that. So if you hear a little bit of crackles and things, please forgive us, because we're doing our best to kind of like stay in touch with everyone every week on a Wednesday from 9 o'clock, inshallah. Sometimes if we are late, we will get back on. So I've got some line of good videos, clips of some of the good work that's happening in Bangladesh, in Sylhet, inshallah, as part of our 13 Rivers work that we're carrying out. Previous shows, you've seen some of the other great work we're doing. And I'd just like to give a big jazakallah and a thanks to our volunteers who are actually tirelessly helping us out on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And we've got a fantastic partnership with Shadwell Youth Club, who are actually helping to distribute some of our hot meals to COVID-related people, and also those who are at a very low income, who are struggling with their finances at such difficult situations. 13 Rivers Trust is providing at least one hot meal on a Tuesday and a Thursday. You can help and contribute by donating. You can also help by volunteering as well. I just want to say big jazakallah to those volunteers who are actually in the cold, in the bad weather, taking hot meals to those people or vulnerable people who need it the most. And can you imagine if someone falls ill, you've got COVID, there's no cooking in the house, you're struggling, you've got kids, it can be very difficult. I know many people are suffering, many people have experienced this, and we're at a high level of people catching the infection as well. So I wish everyone stays safe, maintain your social distancing and maintain all the common sense that you need to apply. And if people are in difficult situation, please contact 13 Rivers Trust. We will assess you and then help to kind of provide some hot meals for you as well. We will continue doing this for the next couple of months as well. So let's come back to the show today. Today we've got two guests. Can we see our guests? Let's see if we can see our guests. Oh, there they are. Look at that. Oh, yes. Nice and bright, right in the middle. We've got Brother Shahi Mia. Jazakallah for coming in. And then also on your right, you've got Moinul Haidar, who's here as well, mashallah. It's great for them to be here. They are volunteers for Sylhet Aid, inshallah. So let's go to eldest brother here. Let's go to Shahi Bhai. How are you? I like that outfit, the traditional gamsa.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, Shahi Bhai, you got to come to the middle. Go towards your right a little bit. Come towards your right. No, that's
There you go.
it. That's
Okay.
it. Yes. Don't worry. I will help you. I will take you through this journey today, inshallah. Can you hear us loud and clear?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me? Okay.
We can hear you, inshallah. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So I've welcomed you in. How are you?
I'm fine. Yeah, like yourself. Obviously, a bit concerned about the COVID. One of my nieces, just literally living across the road to us, she just had a positive COVID test. She's in a local secondary school. And I'd just like to mention that I think schools at the moment are one of the places where you're getting a lot of infections. So for everybody who have children in schools, especially secondary school, just take extra care and just make sure the children are safe, but also that you keep yourself safe as well.
Jazakallah, Shahibai. We've also got Moino here, mashallah. It was very nice also, for you to come on the mountain bike ride with us. Do you still remember that?
I definitely do remember. I'm probably still feeling it, to be honest.
Mashallah. Now, that's what I like to hear. I like to see people getting involved, staying in touch. And how are you, Moino?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. I'm good. How's yourself?
Well, struggling, difficult. A lot of family members are ill. Received a couple of phone calls, people passing away in Bangladesh, some in this country. So yeah, it's a very challenging time. A lot of people are losing their loved ones as well, and also a lot of people, actually being identified positive for the COVID test as well. I actually go out cycling during the morning in order to get my exercise. And I don't want to mention what area this is, but I actually managed to kind of like pass by one of the COVID testing centers. Okay. And we need COVID testing centers. Otherwise, where are people going to go? Where are people going to go to get the testing? So, mashallah, I've got to say, we've got some very good testing centers in Tower Hamlets. And, what alarmed me was the length of the queue. Yeah, and that taught me something. There's a lot of people. They actually, literally, they had to have they're queuing up. So me and my son cycling, I had to kind of like divert my son away towards another track in order to go another way. Not that I've got anything against, and I think, look, listen, people, you need to go get tested. You've got to get tested, get it done. If you know you're positive, then obviously, you're safeguarding other people as well, and you can do what is necessary for you to get better as well. So it's not a taboo or anything like that. But the point I'm trying to make is that the testing centers are extremely busy. So, those of us who are very concerned about the welfare of the community, we need to keep an eye on this. We need to make sure that people are taking instructions and they're following. And guess who we have here already? MashaAllah, we have our leader here. Azafur Bhai, MashaAllah. He told me he was going to come like at the later part of the show, but obviously he couldn't resist. He kind of got here on time, MashaAllah. Azafur Bhai, how are you? And how's your week and days?
Alhamdulillah, like everybody else, with the frequent lockdown and lockdown, it's having a effect on everyone getting out and about.
Don't worry, I'll get more of that out of you. What I need you to do now, is for you to try and lower the camera down so that you're in the middle of the screen and your head is a little bit higher so that it's equal to us as well, inshallah. And then we're all going to become comfortable. While Azamullah is doing this, everyone who's watching us, Jazakallah, please, you can make comments and we can actually read your comments. So any of our guests, if you go to the comment section, you will able to see the comments other people are making. And also, brothers and sisters, you can call in. You can actually phone up. You can have a conversation with us. I will give you first priority if you want to ask any question. It could be related to Sylhet Aid, but if it's also generic and you want people to benefit from as an advice, you can give that as well. So our guests, can you see where our comment section is on your screen?
On the right screen.
Fantastic. At the moment, we have no comments. Let's see who is our first comment maker, inshallah. Who to write? Just say salam. If you're watching us on Facebook, just say hello, hi, salam. We will get your comment. And the way you can help us is share it. Take the link, share it to all your friends and contacts on Facebook, so we get a wider reach, inshallah. So very quickly, let's get into, just before we go into our topics, okay, let's watch something, because it's always good to watch something before we actually start talking. So I'd like to ask my studio boss, who's behind the scene always. He's the governor. Please, can we have the first clip, inshallah, and then we'll get warmed up.
mention Bishop Chalana for their excellent donation, for the donation they've given us. Just to mention a few names, Sabrina, Brett, Andrew, and Helen, and all the other staff who have donated, including all the students, the sixth form students who have, worked hard to raise the funds.
Oh, mashallah, you know what? Such a beautiful, very, very beautiful clip. That brought memories back to me. I can't remember. That was quite an older version, older clip, mashallah. I've got to say.
It's one of our first distributions that we all went Abdul Bay. There's only 3 of us that actually went, including Abu Bay, yeah.
Wow, so, that definitely brought. I got motivated now. Watching that video, I haven't seen that video for a long time. I'm now motivated. Now, I've got to tell you, now I want everyone to tell me 3 things that you liked in that video. It could be something different, yeah? Something different. 3 things you like. Should I tell you one thing I really liked in that video, yeah? Is Abu Bay scoring a goal without a goalkeeper. did you see the last goal he shot, yeah, with no goalkeeper in there, yeah? I thought that was quite unique. But did you see the smiles in those kids' faces when people were playing with them, things like that? It's those little things I'm interested in, yeah? Those little things, and the happiness. You don't really have to explain about the video because the video is quite self-explanatory. People, receiving benefit and help. Shahibai, what did you think was quite good in that video?
Yeah, so following on from what you were talking about, I always make a point of doing activities with the children. And sometimes the area, they get a bit annoyed because I say, where's all the kids? Where's the children? The last time I literally had to go around and round up a gang of kids myself and did the activities, and they loved it. And I mean, that's social engagement. I think it's something, it differentiates Sylhet Aid. We go there and we want to spend time with the people and with the young people in particular, and give them something to remember, as well as delivering aid and doing all the normal stuff that we have been doing, which is also obviously very, very important in itself. But that's something that I particularly, really look forward to, and I enjoy as well.
MashaAllah. Moinubai?
Similar to what Shaiba just touched on, actually, is the community engagements on the day of the distributions, whether it's on the day or sometimes it could take place a day after or a couple of days even before. And you can't beat the satisfaction you get from just the smiles from the kids' faces, when they get that interaction, especially when they see people that have come from abroad and, they're just mingling and, playing together. And it's not just the one activity, there's so many different things we can do out there. And it's just makes it worthwhile, just being out there and just having that interaction with the kids as well,
As everybody, I know you were there as well. What did you like about the video?
Well, the night distribution at that time was quite unique because the first time we actually did it, and to go around finding people who were sleeping rough and just putting a blanket over them was a eye-opening moment for all of us, and especially those kids. There were 3 kids. 2 of them was in a sack, which yourself and Brother Mansour, who went as well, found, and we were quite touched and saddened by the situation that some of these people were actually living under in that cold winter time.
Well, just to kind of put more meat onto that, yeah. Myself and the other brother, basically, we were at the front on the motorbike looking for people, rough sleepers, people who are sleeping rough. It's really, really cold. And then, some people indicated to us that there are some people over there. And we looked over there. All we saw was like kind of rubbish and kind of like junk over there. We didn't think someone was there. And they kept on saying to us, look, there's, go over there, you will find some people sleeping there. So we went over there, still rubbish, nothing. Then we saw a sack, kind of a rice sack. We thought, still not rubbish. Someone's probably dumped a rice sack or something like that. And guess what? Unbelievable. As we started to open up, a little head popped out, okay? And guess what? It's right next to the sewer. Right next to the sewer, mosquitoes, and you know how it is. We Londonese and British, we don't like mosquitoes at all, yeah. So for us, we don't want to go close to that. But when we started opening it all up, guess what? It wasn't 1 head, wasn't 2 head. Actually, there was 3 heads in
3.
It. Yeah, there was 3. There was three kids actually sleeping in one like rice tax. Okay, it was quite saddening. It was really shocking for quite a lot of us, especially people who are new, for them to be sleeping in that, and that was their like night sleep. Yeah, if they had any good night's sleep, that was the sleep that they're going to have. Obviously, alhamdulillah, we gave them what we had to do, but our work, we're not actually doing enough. I'll be honest with you, brothers. I'll put it straightforward. We are not doing enough, and I think there's a lot can be done. We're not going to be able to save all the kids and all those who are suffering, but it's really nice for everyone to go there. And I want to go back to what Shahibai was saying. Yeah, bringing some laughter to the kids is very important. Yeah, it's not about just treating them like poor people, giving them aid because they're poor people, but being a kind human being with them, enjoying a moment with them is very, very important. I mean, I remember going to Abu Bai's village and getting all the kids to play, chasing the chickens and everything. It was good fun, and the kids love it. So a whole village approach, helping the village at the same time. Azalba, you've been involved with Sylhet Aid from the beginning. Tell us a little bit about the history, what the need, why, and how you got to get the group together, inshallah, and the work that you're doing.
Well, from the beginning, it was a trial at the start. We just wanted to go and give some aid, and we looked and saw that the best way for us is to concentrate on areas where we actually live, because there's a lot of other aid agencies giving aid as well, but we wanted to be localized. So when we take volunteers, it'll be more for them, be more touching, because it will be for their local area and the poor people in that area as well. So that was the ethos behind it. And alhamdulillah, throughout, it's been 5 years now. Every year there's been more and more volunteers going to the distribution, and we have been able to spread the aid that we give to a lot of different parts of Sylhet. And we hope to continue. And obviously, the biggest problem with having more and more volunteers is the actual logistics of it. But alhamdulillah, we have managed to, we have sometimes done 2 distribution in one day, morning and in the afternoon. In fact, we've done the last 2 years, we've done at least 2 or 3 distribution like that, because we just don't have the time. We go there for about 12, 13 days and there's like 14, 15 volunteers. So a normal work is to go to one volunteer's place. Everyone goes there. So we can all be there as a force from Sylhet Aid and help out giving the distributing the actual aid itself. So we literally 2 in a day is quite challenging, but we have managed it so far. Alhamdulillah, we'd like other people to inshallah, when we go next time, come aboard and actually get involved and also come for the aid work in Bangladesh. If it's something you haven't done, then it will open your eyes to the actual situation in Bangladesh, and they'll get you to do more and more aid work in Bangladesh, whether it's through Sylhet Aid or with other aid work. But we want people to go and actually do some aid in Bangladesh because it's needed there. Not everybody gets the aid that is given out. But also, the other idea behind it was that we wanted the people who live in this country, we wanted them to connect with their village and their family as well. So a lot of people haven't gone for a long, long time. So in that way, they can actually keep in touch with their local area, their family and friends, and also continue to support them going forward in the future as well.
MashaAllah, I've got to say, that was one of the unique a unique characteristic of Sylhet Aid is that a lot of people think, well, there's so many charity organizations, but it's the method, it's the method that's very important. One of the key method for Sylhet Aid is actually engaging the young people to reconnect them back with Bangladesh, because obviously a lot of youngsters, mashallah, they're involved with charity work. We're doing a lot for various different countries around the world in the Ummah, alhamdulillah, and that will continue. But also, charity also got to start from home, from where your roots come from, where your parents come from. And I think it's a very, very, it's an excellent idea. I don't know what other people think. Please make comments, because what we'll do is like taking your youngsters to Bangladesh, they get bored. They don't have. But when we do it the way the Sylhet Aid does it, I remember, all the brothers came to my village. They had dawat in my village, okay, and then we did the kanador and everything, in my village. As after we've done all the aid distribution, it was really really fun. Then I went to, Abu Bai's village, did the activities over there, and different days, different, this is unique. This is, what? That's going to make people want to come to Bangladesh. That's going to make people come to Sylhet. That's going to make people connected to the poor people over there. And also, fundamentally, we all have a responsibility of the poor people in our own villages. So how do we help those poor people? Through this mechanism, through this way of doing it. And I think this is quite unique. And I know there's loads of people, they come to me and they say, Abdullah, yeah, I want to do something in my village. Yeah, get involved. Sylhet Aid. As soon as you get involved, you look after your area. We'll fundraise collectively for the whole of Sylhet, and we will help. And not only that, in the future, we'll go to other districts as well, inshallah. Yeah, we've got someone young, Moinu. How did you get involved? Let's see what triggered you to get involved.
No one said I was young. Been a while since anyone's called me young now. So,
you know what? You'd be surprised. How many people. I've spoken to one person. He's nearly approaching 50. He still hasn't gone to Bangladesh yet. I don't know why, but
Yeah, myself. As you know, I've known yourselves and a few.
Sorry. Listen, I hope you don't mind here, right? Soon as that little thing comes up there, that means we have to go to our caller. Is that okay? Yeah, we'll go to our caller. Yeah. Assalamu alaikum, caller. Sorry, you just suddenly popped in. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. My apologies. It's me, Abu Mumin.
Oh, wa alaikum salam. How are you, Abu Bhai? I mean, welcome back. Welcome back through the telephone.
Yeah, well, my apologies. I couldn't join you, brothers, but there is an important point that I want to add. First of all, it's a great show. Alhamdulillah, it's really it's very important that we discuss these kind of things. But my point is, I got only activated after the death of my mother, who used to do a lot of aid work. All our parents, the first generation, they focused a lot of their energy and time to help their local people, their families. And, when my mum died, I was actually thinking, who's going to do all of that? And I know some of your guests that you have, one of the brothers, his father passed away, and he did a lot of work. And I remember going and meeting an uncle, how pleased and proud he was that at least his son is coming to help the people. And, we have to remember this, because our legacy, our history, our parents were from there, and they're always taking a big interest. And I'm just a bit worried that a lot of the younger generation, we're losing that. And one of the ways we make it fun, but also we make it, like aid work, solid aid work. A lot of people benefit significantly from the short-term work and the long-term work with the sewing machines, with the wheelchairs. So keep up the good work. And anybody who's listening, it's very important that we maintain that link and not lose it. We spoke about language, losing the language. Are we going to lose our connection with the country where our parents came from? That's all I just wanted to add.
No, Abu Bhai, very, very well articulated points, very important points, inshallah. Continue watching the show. Please make sure you also share so that we get a wider reach as well. Jazakallah. Yeah, Moinu, yes, what got you into, doing this good work as well?
Well, firstly, in my case, I've spent time in Bangladesh when I was a child. I mean, even though I was born here in the UK, I spent time in Bangladesh while I was a child. And it's never been to do with charity work. I mean, went to school there for a brief period, was there, lived there for a while, but I've never been involved in charity. And in regards to charity, all I've seen is like people, charity work done like people like my dad, my elders. And, so those are the people that have inspired me to get involved. But, I've always had at the back of my mind, yes, I want to get involved, I'll do something, but there's never been that route in regards to start it. Obviously, our elder generation, people like my dad and so on. Mind you, my dad's passed away back in the end of October, so I'll be pleased with him. So he was my inspiration, firstly. So there's never been that route to get into and get involved, because it's never easy, because they had their way of doing things, and where we've been born and raised here and brought up here, even though you want to do it, but you need that sort of route, or the right connection to be able to do it. So I think about 3 years ago, I think even the first distribution, the first trip Sylhet made out there, I was following Abu Bay and Azhar Bay and all that. So I was following that. I happened to be in Bangladesh at the same time, dealing with other stuff in regards to usual stuff you do if you're not doing charity work, land issues and so on. So I thought, I'm fed up with this stuff. I want to do something positive, So, and I happened to be in Bangladesh at the same time. I thought, there's these brothers going out, they're in Bangladesh at the same time as me, but they're doing something which I want to do, and I'm here stuck dealing with this, that, and the other. So I thought, no, I've got to get in touch with these guys. I know Azhar Bay and yourself and Abdul Bay for a number of years now. So come 3 years back now, I remember Azhar Bay just putting out a post saying he's looking for volunteers. And we happened to work together for another local organisation. And so I thought, Azhar Bay, count me in this time, I'm with you. So that was 3 years back now. I started work with them in 2019, I think was our first trip. 2009 with the Ramadan packs.
That's right, yeah. Last year before, yeah.
And, so even though I've seen charity work done through my dad, and I've helped out here and there, and I've fundraised, but I've never physically been out in Sylhet in Bangladesh to do it myself. That was my first actual trip out there, and all I can tell you really, it was an eye opener, because the number of trips I've had before then in Bangladesh, it's been different. It's never been to do with charity itself, just for that purpose alone. And it was an eye-opener, that's for sure, because you're physically there, you're going there, assessing situations, you're distributing, you're going to places where you hadn't gone before. Because I've been, even Sylhet is a vast area, I'm in one end of Sylhet, and the distributions, we go as far out to Satok and Sunamganj. So the places I'd gone to in regards to do charity work, I would not normally travel to those areas. There'd be no need unless you've got some sort of family connection. But for charity work, I've gone to these areas. I can see the different types of situations, different areas. I mean, poverty is not just in one area. It could be different. There's different aspects of poverty in different areas. Some people have no water. Some people have no housing. It's different in different areas. So it has been an eye opener, and I think the 2 trips we've done in just 2019 alone, last year or this year, obviously year of COVID. I mean, we would have gone out there, but we've still done what we could.
We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Emergency. Sorry.
We will talk about why we couldn't go, inshallah, a bit later on.
Yeah, sure. But just going back to how I got involved, and that's how I got involved through the brothers here, and and I've not regretted a moment of it, and I think I'm going to stick to it. So whether I'm out there or not, I look forward to our post-COVID trip to Bangladesh, inshallah. Yeah, so we want to make the biggest trip ever. I know there are people watching us, and I know people want to become volunteers and set things up in their own localities and areas. If you want to do that, just message us, contact us. The unique thing about us is basically locally driven. Yeah, so whichever area you're from, you will be helping to coordinate the work in that area. You'll get to oversee the work in that area. And the other good thing is we'll have people from all different areas like ourselves, Azhar Bay and, Shahi Bay and everyone, Abu Bay. We'll all go to each other's areas and check how the work is happening. We'll enjoy the moments with the poor people there and the whole village. That's the unique thing about Sylhet, and I think it's a very good model, and I think it will inspire others to do so. So Shahi Bay, how did you get involved as well?
Yeah, so again, I've always wanted to help out and do things to help people back home. Since I was actually born in Bangladesh, and until about the age of 7, I was in Bangladesh. So I actually saw sort of firsthand what the conditions are like. And I'm from, like, my family and my mum's family in particular, they're quite humble sort of background. So it's almost like I've come to a different world, really, coming to the UK and growing up. So for me, it's been like it's almost like I've had two existences, one in Bangladesh, very humble sort of environment, and experiencing firsthand and seeing how people live and how sort of deprivation can affect people. The worry, the constant struggle, not being able to access medicines when they're ill, not being able to afford medicines, being in situations where maybe they have to decide, choose between sort of providing food or providing education for their children, for example. So these kind of things, I've always had it in me that, maybe I can do something to help. But as a single person, it's quite difficult, unless you have very reliable people back home to support you and carry out the work for you. So when I heard about the Sylhet Aid project from Azafar Bey, Abu Bey, and others, it's a no-brainer really. It's something that I thought, maybe I can get involved, and with my limited skills and whatever I can offer, maybe I can help out a bit, and get involved. And also the sort of biggest other inspirations are my parents as well, because again, my father was from very humble beginning. He was an orphan at a very young age. So he actually joined the British Merchant Navy. It's a bit of a long story, but basically he somehow managed to make his way to the UK. And he never really kept a connection with Bangladesh, ironically. So it's almost like I felt a duty that, looking at how he suffered, how he managed to self-made, make something of himself, it's almost like a duty on me to sort of try and help out back home, to compensate. And also my mum worked so hard. She even did, like a lot of our families here, she did sewing and all sorts to try and make some money to try and help people back home. So again, to sort of carry on what she's now sort of becoming very advanced in her years, and she's not as healthy and so on. So it's almost like I'm trying what little I can to try and continue all the sort of efforts that she made as well. So it all kind of made sense, and it all ties in with the ethos of Sylhet Aid as well, I think, to try and sort of maintain what our parents and our forefathers were doing, but try and do it in a more sort of more contemporary way, and try and spread the aid and help not just your local village, but try and help people all around Sylhet, as many as we can.
Shaiba, Jazakallah, that's, it's really good to gain that experience, and how you obviously, a lot of people out there probably first time watching us, they're probably feeling, well, what is Sylhet Aid? Everyone loves the word Sylhet Aid, for some reason, If you love the word Sylhet Aid, and you just love Sylhet, just message us, all you got to do is drop a message and say, we love Sylhet Aid. Loads of people have been making some comments, Miss Shah, she's saying, I am proud of you, Alhamdulillah, Rabbul Alamin. Who's Rabbul Alamin? Okay, someone, and then Abu Bai's made a very good comment about Bodru. Fantastic speech on the video. I've got to say, some qualities do come out when you put them in the deep end. Sometimes when you put them in the deep end, the good qualities come out. Inshallah, let's watch the next clip, inshallah, and after that we'll go into a bit more details and what we're doing with Sylhet Aid and where we're going, inshallah. So let's watch the next clip.
Okay, assalamu alaikum. Alhamdulillah, you've given your aid, the Ramadan packs. We are now loading them up, and we're going to take it to places across Sylhet, Greater Sylhet, for it to be distributed.
আমি আশা করি দেখতাম স্যারাম আমরা সাহায্য করছি জানে তারা গরু গিয়া দেখতাম স্যারাম তার অবস্থা কিলা কতক্ষণ সাহায্য লাগে বেমার খেতে জানি ক্যান্সার কতদিন ধরে আপনার আড়াই বছর তো কতদিন ধরে কষ্ট করবা
She has this 5-year-old. She hasn't got a husband. She hasn't got parents. She's got nobody. And we can give this to these women to make a difference. Alhamdulillah.
আপনার মেশিন কিটা খাল লাগি নিছেন মেশিন
আমার লাগে নিছি
আপনার মেশিন ফারানি চালাইতা আপনার কিটা মেশিন নাই
জি না আমার মেশিনও নাই আমার মেশিন কিনার টপিকও নাই
So these guys, obviously, they're still living in the very basic conditions, which takes me back a long time. So.
তুই সব খেলাও একবার হইতো
লেখাপড়া এটা এই খেলাধুলা চলে এটাই শিখে হলো
আসসালামু আলাইকুম আপনি শিহানুরের আব্বা শিহানুরের বয়স 18 বছর নাই নি 18 ফোরসন 18 ইজি বাগি তো অত বছর যে তানোর একটা হুইলচেয়ার আছে না কিলাখান চলাফেরা করতা
জি এই সময় আমি খান্দে পারি
Oh my goodness, like this 18-year-old, he's just saying that we gave him 2 legs. I don't feel good doing this, but I don't have any other choice.
কত সুন্দর করে কইছেন যেন ছোট ভাই বোন গরুর মাঝে আরো আছে কিলা টান বাইন করে কিলা সাহায্য করতে পারেন লেখাপড়ার হেল্প করতে পারেন হ্যাঁ
হারাইয়া দিছিলাম দোকানও আপনার দোকানও গিয়া খাম শিখছি শিখা বাদে আপনার আমি তো মেশিন একটা দিতাম পারি না আল্লাহ আরো খুশি করতা আমার বাচ্চাগু আরো বড় হইতো আশা করছে বাচ্চায় রুজি করি আমারে খাওয়াইতো ভাই বোনরে খাওয়াইতো বলাইতো আয় উন্নতি তা করতো আমি 5 ওয়াক্ত নামাজ পড়িয়া থান লাগে আমি দোয়া করবো আমার বাচ্চা দিনে খান শিখছি শিখিয়া দিন মেশিনটা পাইছি
Subhanallah. What else do you want? That dua, that dua is a powerful dua. When poor people make those dua, it's the most powerful duas that they can make. Such a beautiful clip. I've got to say Jazakallah to all the volunteers, for doing this work. And Sylhet, mashallah, with 13 Rivers, unique in going and gaining that experience and seeing it for yourself on the ground, being part of the distribution, that feeling that you're going to get, that understanding. And I know that's how you probably got motivated and came back, and you're still continuing to do work. And even under such difficult situation with COVID now, you're still working hard. So let's talk a little about what we are doing now. Tell us, Azurbai, some of the items that you've been helping with. So what are some of the packages where we could actually help people with, and how we've been doing that, inshallah?
In terms of the food pack or overall?
Yeah, overall, generic, the area. So if people wanted to get involved, what are we providing as a package?
Our main aid that we give is the winter distribution, which is the blanket and the sewing machine and the wheelchairs and disabled adaptations. We fundraise for those specifically, and together with those, we try and give some things to children as well, schools. The last time we went, we gave Legos, and particularly the children really enjoyed making things out of those. But like I said, we got involved with Ramadan food packs roughly not last year, the year before, and it became such a success story that a lot of people not only appreciated, but they were also saying that they loved the way it was given. And it's a lot of hard work, but it's the most satisfying that knowing during Ramadan that you're able to feed a poor person, those who are actually donate, and they're so grateful as well, because a lot of people go hungry as well. Just those £20, £15 makes a huge difference to them, that they can go through the whole of the Ramadan knowing that there's some food items that they can actually rely on, that's been given by the generous donors via Sylhet Aid.
Rescue?
Orphan rescue is something that we've been doing for a beginning. It's a big ongoing project. It's a long-term project. Alhamdulillah, we have the work. We initially had to secure the land, and all the legalities surrounding it took a bit of time. When we first went there, we just saw the land, but inshallah, the next time we go, a little bit of progress has been made, so we will show that as well. And this is something area that Abu Bay is particularly forward on, giving a lot of his energy towards helping orphans. We are currently building.
People could sponsor orphans now.
That's right. £20 a month. They can sponsor an orphan. At present, we have about 68 sponsorship.
Oh, mashallah.
And it's increasing. So, alhamdulillah, and many thanks to all the donors who are sponsoring the orphans as well. We hope to reach 100. So it looks like it could be quite soon, reaching that target figure.
Well, you know what? 100. We should do 150. We should go for 150, inshallah.
Our initial target was 100, and basically, obviously, once we reach that, then we'll revise and see how it goes. But
you know what, brothers and sisters out there, you know, you heard that, yeah. The Sylhet Aid target is 100 orphans, but if we can kind of like support and donate and kind of like raise it up to 150, I don't think it will harm anyone. Yeah, I think it will bring more good, inshallah. So, brothers and sisters out there, you know, like if you really want to help and support the orphan program, you know, support an orphan, and every family should be attached to one orphan at least. So, all those of you who are watching us, you know, yeah, why don't you sign up to our orphan program and support one child, and you know, and fill that quota, inshallah. Yeah. I was going to say, Moino, how do we motivate more people to get involved? You know, obviously we want more people. The more people get involved, the more we'll be able to reach out.
Firstly, speak to our family and friends, foremost, our immediate family. So that's what I've been doing since last year, since I got in, well, since 3 years ago now. I've been talking to my family. They've been helping fundraising, spreading the word, and as well as your friends. So there's so many people, but that have been showing interest, you know, since 2019. But obviously this past year's kind of put a halt to things how we've going forward. But yes, speak to family and friends, spread the words, and just get them involved. People need to come out and see what we do, you know, in order to, I mean, until I got involved, I knew what was going on because I was there, I was following the brothers, but until I actually got involved personally, I didn't realize how much you can do. I mean, it's never enough. It's never going to be enough, but you can do your part, you know, whether you're sitting in London or whether you're out there distributing, you can still do your part in regards to helping these poor people, you know. So yes, get together with your friends and family. Come and speak to us. We'll help fundraise, or if you want to come along to Bangladesh yourselves, we can arrange for that as well. You know, so get involved. There's nothing stopping us getting involved. I mean, given how things are going to go ahead next year, we'll see how it goes. But there's nothing stopping people getting involved. Just approach us, and we'll go from there, inshallah.
Yeah, generally to any of the brothers, yeah. What can we do to kind of promote Sylhet Aid more? What kind of things that you have in plan to kind of promote? Obviously, if people don't know about Sylhet Aid, then they might be missing out. What can people do to find out? What can we do in order to get the message across to everyone? Anyone?
Obviously, with the COVID situation, a lot of information we will hope to provide is online through the media, because obviously we're not able to talk to people directly. Because normally we'd have done fundraiser throughout the year, our famous Longi Run, and stuff like that. So it was an opportunity for us to speak to people and trying to engage with them and get them interested to join Sylhet Aid or either help out to raise funds or actually come and take part in some of the distribution. So we hope to have a presence online, and obviously we have our website. Unfortunately, we're going through a maintenance at this moment in time, and we should hope to have that up and running. All the information are there. Past.
Definitely, inshallah. Yeah. Shahib, I just want to ask you. Obviously, there's a good fuel factor, and we personally benefit with the experience. But people in the villages, tell us, what feelings they have when they see like Bideshis and Londonis coming over. Do they feel, these people coming in? Do they feel undermined or anyway? I mean, what is there a point of view we can give from their perspective?
No, I think they're really, really happy to see us. I mean, I think because we do short-term and also we try and encourage long-term projects. So a lot of people are there who need that immediate help, like the blankets or the food packs. And even on those small items, they're very, very grateful to receive it. And there's never enough, there's always more demand than we can supply, unfortunately. So we need as much help as we can get. But also on the long-term sort of self-generating income projects, I think the sewing machine is a really good one. And that's actually, I've seen the sort of benefits that it's brought to some sort of families and people who've been able to generate a little bit of income to help them to cover their costs and maybe to fund education or to fund, like, save up for a wedding and things like that. So that actually makes a massive difference, to a family. But also, I think as an organization, we do have that vision for more long-term work. So as well as the orphans, I know that one of our team brothers has made really good progress on establishing a training center, to be able to provide training for things like sewing, where there is quite a bit of industry in Bangladesh in the garment industry. So people can then find sort of reasonably well-paid jobs to sustain themselves. And also, it can also be used to provide other educational training or vocational training, for example, carpentry, woodwork, maybe electrical work. And these are the kind of things that will make a big difference in the long run in terms of creating livelihoods. And in a way, we would love to have a situation where we're not needed anymore, where people are able to find jobs, where there's a good economy, where they can sustain themselves and make a living. And that's the ideal scenario. However, that is going to take a very, very long time. And I believe there are many years of sort of hard work ahead in order to provide the help and support that is sorely needed at the moment.
I think the most important thing is that this actually really benefits us because it is a duty upon us to fulfill and discharge our responsibility. We may not be able to eradicate poverty, but because poverty is there, people are suffering. We are being tested to see how we respond to that, how we distribute our wealth, how we distribute our time, and how we show love and respect and affection to those people who are vulnerable and who may be weak and poor. So I think it's more of a benefit for our side or from a spiritual perspective. And yes, we can only do our best to kind of like help them out. What we'd like to do is we'll go to our third video. Hopefully that will show a little bit about some of what the volunteers are doing, and then we will kind of like come to a conclusion in promoting some of the work. I know we've got a TV appeal that's coming up in January on the 22nd. We'll talk a little bit more about that, and also how we can recruit more, engage with more people and volunteers so that we can kind of like get our work program ready for the future tasks that we are undertaking. So let's go to our third video, third clip, please.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm here with Sylhet Aid, and we're about to distribute a sewing machine for the needy within the community. I'll be pulling along this telagari to the destination, inshallah, to help those that need it the most. Yeah, it's too difficult for me to pull, so I've got another friend that's come along to help us. He'll be pulling it along for me instead. So this is Sharmim. She's been trained up to learn how to sew clothes. She's been trained down a shop. She's been going there every day from 9 in the morning until 6 in the evening. She can pretty much sew everything now except for a shirt, but that's something she'll probably learn in time. So hopefully when she receives the sewing machine from Sylhet Aid, she'll enable herself to get a wage and support herself as well as her family from the training that she's already received. Okay, so we're now bringing in the sewing machine to Sharmim's house. Hopefully she'll be able to put this in her room where she will be able to sew her own clothes and others. तुम्हारा material আছে নি নেটা কিনা নি লাগবা সিলাই কিতা সুই সপ্তাহ Yeah, so she's still going to need material. She's still going to need, I mean, this is in terms of the long term, just to start her up, having the sewing machine, but also she'll need material and the right other apparatus like needles and thread to enable her really to start the work that she can do. এটা তো আইসিল লন্ডন থাকি তারা কত মানুষে তারা ডোনেট করছে তুমি শিখতাই আর বেতনও পাইতাই একটা করিয়া এটা ব্যবসার নাম হচ্ছে সিলেট এইড তার লাগি দোয়া করিও আমরা তোমার লাগিও দোয়া করব মনে আচ্ছা Sharmin's now got the sewing machine into her house and it's been set up for her so she can basically start sewing straight away. ভালো লাগছে নি আমরা লাগি দোয়া করিও যে যেমন মানুষ লোনে থাকি দিছেন তারা লাগিও দোয়া করিও আমরা চাই তোমার ব্যবসা ভালো হইতো তোমরা দেখেন ইনশাআল্লাহ আমরা দোয়া
Oh, mashallah, just want to say jazakallah to all the brothers and sisters who donated every time we've gone on live appeals. These are some of the fruits. These are some of the the good things. Once you see a video clip and you get responses from people who actually benefit, it is well satisfying. Yeah, and like your brothers have said, we can't do enough. There's so much we can do. Yeah. Obviously we got COVID now. As a goodbye, we got COVID. It must be really, really difficult to kind of like do anything. I know a lot of people are struggling and suffering here, but obviously a lot of people are still struggling and suffering with COVID in Bangladesh as well. Obviously we all know what the system is like over there. At least we've got some kind of a system in this country. If someone's they can go get a test and so forth, but Bangladesh is very, very difficult. Inshallah, obviously, just for everyone, we've got a live appeal that's coming up on the 22nd of January, inshallah, so stay tuned. We'll be giving loads of information. We'll probably have another show before the live appeal, but what we would like everyone to do is to kind of like get involved with us, contact us and kind of like become volunteers. As a way, what are steps forward? How do we get to the level where we can take a next delegation to Bangladesh, inshallah? I'm hoping next December should be the big date in everyone's diary, that maybe about 100 of us, we will go to Bangladesh, and we will basically take over Sylhet with all these Londoners coming to help out. Yeah, I don't know what the views are on this, but I think it would be good. I mean, I'll tell all my friends and them, like, listen, just get your holiday ready for next December. Yeah, we're just going to go and reoccupy the empty villages, all those rich villages that all the people have left and come back to London. And, like some villages are like empty, and I remember as I went by, some people were saying, oh, in Sylhet, we don't have poor people. We're all rich. We got mansions, like, yeah. So when I went over there, and they were saying, oh, everyone's rich. Yeah, they are rich, mashallah. They're more rich than us. I've got to say, I've seen bashas here in Bangladesh, 7-8 stories, rich. And they say, oh, there's no poor. Oh, Abdul, you're bringing embarrassment, if you say, these areas are poor and that, yeah. And I go looking around and I find people like in the little shanty like areas, like little squeaks up next to the tall building. They're like squatching out and things like that. I say, what are these people doing here then? Yeah, I thought you said there's no poor people in the area. Yeah, and there's loads of poor people. Do you brothers agree that there's no poor people in Sylhet, that we don't really need to give our help over there? I don't know. What
Well,
do you
if that was the case, then obviously we wouldn't have been going out there to do any aid work and show the
And
videos
definitely
to the people.
The evidence show that you've actually found people who really need
That's
it.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just quickly touching base, obviously with the COVID situation, we haven't been able to do any fundraising. And this year has been really difficult for us, because normally we do like to get involved with the community and do various fundraising events. But we would like people to through the various methods that they can pay online, they can pay through our website, they can pay through our bank account.
They can go to 13 Rivers Trust
and make a
webpage.
donation through there.
Yes, they can make a
right,
donation, but make it specific. If you're giving to Sylhet Aid, make sure you make a reference note saying for Sylhet Aid. Yeah, I think it's so easy now. It's all online. I think as everybody, the more we come in front of the people, the more we say to the people that, look, we're still active. Now, I would say we are doing more planning in order to go for the next So that's why the appeal is going to be very important for everyone. So if everybody gets ready for the appeal and all of us get ready to kind of get friends and relatives involved, that will be a step forward, inshallah.
Yeah, so this appeal that's coming in January, the 22nd, obviously we're going to be concentrating specifically on a few of our projects, i.e. the Ramadan food pack, the orphanage in particular as well. So we want people to basically have that in mind and get ready for that, and inshallah make a small donation towards those.
Okay, Moinul, how many your target, Moinul? I want to know how many new volunteers you're going to get involved with Sylhet Aid. Yeah, go on, give me a number.
As in volunteers to go out there.
Not go out there, but to help us out. Some volunteers are going to be more useful.
Helping, you want at least a minimum of 15 people helping you.
No. How many are you going to specifically get? That's what I want to know.
Me myself, 10. I set myself a target of 10.
Inshallah. Okay, let's go. Shaibai, how many are you getting?
I'd like to get an army behind me, but I got to be a little bit more realistic.
Yeah, definitely.
I could target 10.
Good. Okay, if you target 10, I'm going to target 15 myself. Okay. Azabulbai, obviously you got loads of followers.
Actually, I haven't actually, but like with the other brothers, 10 plus, we should at minimum target 10 and increase that.
See, already 10, like there's 40. Now Abu Bai's got a battalion. Okay.
That's right, yeah.
So if he brings his battalion along, and then Abu Bai's in-laws, they bring another battalion along, can you see how this could actually kind of become more than what we can manage?
I think, can I just say, the people who join and take part in Sylhet Aid, they're such a lovely bunch. They're the best-hearted people who come along, and it's such a joy to work with them. And I think anyone who does get involved, they'll get that sort of atmosphere and enjoyment and the good feeling as well. It's a really amazing thing to be part of.
No, I just mentioned. I think I touched on it earlier. A lot of us, while we're young or even as adults, we go out to Bangladesh. It's not a holiday because you're going back to your ancestral land and this, that, and the other. But all you do, even when you're going out there, is you go out, you're in your bari or your basha for a while, or you go out shopping, spend time there. Before you know it, it's time to come back. You don't get to do what we do out there, as in regards to charity work, when you go on under those sort of circumstances, So what you need to do is just get involved and just tell yourself, all I want to do out there is, while I'm out there, is charity work. I just remembered from watching the video clip before the last one, and I think one of the clips was mine, and that was a week of distributions, like up 7 in, back at 9, 10 in the evening, and my body clock takes about a week to adjust. So that's like a week worth of no sleeping, no nothing, and I could hear myself how sore my throat was, But it was still worth it. I'd do that day in, day out, every day if I could. It was still worth it. It's like that week or 10 to 12 days we have out there, you still feel like you're like touching the tip of the iceberg. You know, it's like it's not enough. And no matter how painful those road trips are, you know, you still want to be out there. You still want to be doing it, you know.
Okay,
you can only
what we do,
if you go out there with the objective of doing the charity work, you know.
Okay, Moini, what we'll do with you and most other people, we'll start our training like 6 weeks before we actually go over there, yeah? Because you have to do some physical training before you go there, you know? Like
it's not the physical, it's the sleep, because the body.
No, we will go. I'm coming to that. I'm going. So you've got to do the physical training, like the exertion, and that. We'll do a bit of running, jogging, and that. You know, and then we'll do the mental pressure stuff as well. So what we need to do, we need to train people up so that when they go over there, they don't also have a culture shock as well. Yeah, because it's not always going to be like the black and white. Okay, there's going to be challenges when you go there. There's going to be logistical kind of nightmares sometimes. But that is the challenging thing. It is all that thing happening.
That's the fun part.
That's the fun bit. All that thing happening. I can't remember, as everybody will remember, yeah, like, well, there was one area, the road was really bad. Some people started moaning, oh, the road is really, really bad. I said, well, what would you expect? Yeah, we've come here to help the people. You're not supposed to like have a magic carpet and go over to those. Yeah, look, let me tell you something. Yeah, some of the ladies in these poor areas, yeah, sometimes they have to walk kilometers, you know, miles to get water. Sometimes they have to rob water from other places and villages, and they get beaten up there just to get water, right? So their experience of life is like 24 hours around the clock, you know. But when we do go out there with whatever luxury we have, you know, with all the gym work, inshallah, it's going to be good fun. So any brothers and sisters out there, look, you know, obviously we'll have a process in place where, you know, people can make the application so that we can kind of like take you through that journey, give you the expectation, and also help and prepare you so that you can also start doing some work in your local areas, try making contacts, because that's how we network, and that will happen anyway, yeah. But like everyone has said, it is quite good fun. Believe me, yeah. If we could take our teenagers out there, they will have a smashing experience. Believe me, they'll be so touched that when they come back in, they'll actually do more charity work. Okay, so brothers, on the 22nd, we've got our appeal in January, inshallah. Before that, I'll request we should do another show so that we can come and remind everyone. Brothers and sisters who are watching us, we're obviously come to the end of the show. What I'm going to do is give my guests the opportunity to give their last little summary. We just wanted to come on live so that people know that Sylhet Aid, we haven't fizzled away. It's just COVID. We're actually planning behind the scenes in order to be more effective with our deliveries and programs and that. And if you want to become a volunteer, more than happy. So let's start with young. Before we go to the young, I know he says he's not young no more, yeah, but to me, they're still young, yeah. There's another video clip, I think, okay? Let's watch that video clip, and then we'll go to the young, and then we'll go to the middle, and then we'll go to the old, yeah, inshallah, yeah? Okay, the last video clip.
Here we go. All right, come on, boys. Come on, Sylhet. Come on, Sylhet. Come on, Sylhet. Berdua ibu tahun. Oh, berdua ya, saya cakap. Kita hulai berdua. Come on, Sylhet. Berdua ibu tahun. Oh, berdua ya, saya cakap. Kita hulai berdua.
I thought I'd finish on a bit of a humour. See, all that London biryani, Londony chicken and chips, all that Londony foisha, all that, they still can't. The poor people pull them down on the floor here, right? Anyway, let's go with the young. Let's go, Moinu. Your last couple of comments.
Last couple of comments. Well, in regards to Sylhet Aid itself, Sylhet Aid is here to stay, and we're going to carry on. We've not, as you said, we've not fizzled away. We're making our plans in regards to going forward. Our TV appeals on the 22nd of January. Do get in touch before then, and do try and obviously get in touch on the day and going further as well. Get involved, and whether you're planning to go out there with us or help us fundraise here, do get in touch, whether it's through social media or via phone or text messaging, whichever way. Get in touch, and we'll talk you through what to do and what not. You know.
Shahid bhai.
Yeah, I can quite honestly say, I mean, Sylhet Aid is definitely one of the best projects I've become involved in, in terms of being able to go out there and make a difference to people and helping them out. But also on a personal level, it's allowed me to see things that I would not have seen. It's allowed me to go to places in Sylhet which I would never have gone to, and met lots of amazing people amongst the local community, but also with the volunteers in particular. And I'd really recommend anybody to get involved, get in touch with us. And also, again, I really want the younger generation to not to lose touch with the place where their parents are from, or maybe even their grandparents in some cases, because you see we have there's a lot of success in our community now. Our youngsters are doing well. They're becoming professionals. They're going to top unis and whatnot, but then they're forgetting their own language and they're forgetting about where they're from. And I think it's really important. And I think hopefully through our work and getting more and more people involved, and I'm inviting everybody to get involved, we can keep that link, first of all, from our elders, what they did, but also maintain the link for our youngsters and the children that are coming up as well, inshallah.
Jazakallah, Shaykh. Fantastic. Murabbi brother, mashallah, Azur bhai.
I'm just going to keep it simple. Basically, I request everyone, our followers, our donors, past and present, to spread the word that January the 22nd will be live on air. As many people as possible to watch and donate. Basically, just help us just get over this little blip that the virus has curtailed in regards to fundraising. And inshallah, next year, you will see a bigger, more vibrant Sylhet Aid team going out to Bangladesh, doing what we do best, is distributing aid to the poor.
Jazakallah to the brothers, mashallah, jazakallah to all our brothers and sisters, everyone who's watching us, people who knew. If you don't know about Sylhet Aid, don't worry, very soon you will know. Yeah, we're planning, and obviously we'll bring it to the forefront, inshallah. Just like Azafar Bhai has said, we've got the live appeal on the 22nd of January, Channel S. We'll be out there. But before then, we've got a lot of hard work to do. So our appeal to everyone is, please, if you want to volunteer, please get involved. If you have any initiatives and ideas you want to contribute in your own locality in Sylhet, then get in touch with us. We'll help you. We'll create a network, and then we can look at support in that region. So the way we operate is basically we need grassroots. We need British Bangladeshis who want to contribute back to their own villages, and this is a unique opportunity. I was speaking to one of my cousins in Shadwell, and he was saying, "Oh, Abdul Bhai, you know what? Looking after the villages like that, helping, and the poor people was really, really good. What can I do?" I said, "Look, listen, just say it, get involved. We'll help you to do so." Yeah. So please come onto our 13 Rivers Trust webpage. You will be able to go into all the different programs. You'll be able to donate to various different programs that we have already. Once again, thank you to all our brothers and sisters who have messaged us and those who shared the Facebook Live link to everyone. I know many of you will be watching this as a repeat. Please do so. Please continue to share so that we get a wider reach, so that more people are aware of what Sylhet Aid is doing. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask us. You got myself, you got Abu Bhai, Azafar Bhai, you got the whole Sylhet Aid team and the volunteers. A big thanks to the team that have been going out regularly. Unfortunately, this year, due to COVID, it's the circumstances. That doesn't mean we have forgotten the people over there. We're still doing our best to plan, and hopefully we'll be able to deliver much, much more great needy aid. Inshallah, hoping next time we go. On that particular note, from me and my guest, until next Wednesday, 9 o'clock, we'll be back, 13 Rivers Community Show. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.